Okay, hello. It is time. And I should not have started eating this video with the just before I started this video. I ate some of these. I found them recently. They're like salted caramel cookies. They're really good, which, as we know, can be very dangerous. All right, so hi everyone. It is not Global News Day. It is JP News Day today, and here it is. This is what I've been waiting for. New water character. Push the element. Potentially, my hair is all over the place. I know. When it's wet, it does whatever it wants. So anyway, we're just gonna leave it. So yeah, this week is Ferris. Ferris will be coming on May 1st at midnight, like right away on midnight. So basically that's Sunday evening into the wee early hours of Monday. And tentatively, at the very least, this is a character that I'm pretty much just going to insta-go for. Why? Because water is just one of the elements I really love. I have a ton of characters built in water, and Ferris is looking pretty interesting. But let's take a step back for a second, see what's been going on. So first, in JP, we do have Golden Week coming up, a special series of holidays, kind of in a similar range of time. So basically, it's listed as Golden Week. We're going to be having some free polls, not too terribly much, but you know, some free resources is never a bad thing, so I'll take it. There was also just a little bit of a problem with Lena's AI. As it turns out, her AI has a terrible time distinguishing between some of her abilities, which has kind of caused a little kerfuffle. They're looking basically at changing some stuff if they haven't changed it already. I don't remember the update for it, so I assume it's just going to be patched in with the future update, basically to make Lena a little bit better. Long story short, Lena will have her brain tuned and come back better than ever. Next up for Guild Battle. Kind of interesting because check out this map. This map is amazing. We got 3 different elements getting enhanced this time. We have light, wind, and water all receiving higher HP, which is kind of neat. I would prefer this to happen more often, kind of thing, especially for weaker elements. Like, it's kind of cool just to like not even be related to whatever element is like the newest character. I mean, obviously we have Bart's, Lena, and Ferris, so that's why this is happening. But I want to see this happen more. I want to see more pushing different team compositions and yeah, having different elements and whatnot. Let's go. Let's see that happen at least a few more times here. Next up is Ferris. And really quickly, we'll jump in here and just talk about Ferris as what group she is in. So we can confirm now that Ferris is going to be part of Red Mage group, which is interesting. Taking a look here, we can see that Ferris's main job is brand new. She's also going to have Paladin, and she's going to have Fighter. A interesting combination of jobs that should make her overall fairly defensive, but still fairly offensive too. And we'll talk about that in a second. Now, she has a 100 cost. She is going to be limited time, of course. All that stuff is to be said. Limit burst, large damage, AoE, fairly decent range, and a CT modifier on it. You're basically cutting CT in half, which can be very advantageous if the enemy is just about to get a turn. Ferris's limit burst can really set that back a fair bit, potentially get a little bit of tempo off some other characters, which other characters are also tempo characters, potentially in water, such as Brain. So you could just do some really nifty stuff with CT modification here, or maybe even bosses. Something to see here is also she's going to be the first of a new type of character, and I say type in a relative term. Basically, one of her abilities has kind of 2 functionality to it. Does 2 things, essentially. 2 for 1. I was going to make a Billy Mays joke, but I already made a Billy Mays joke, so we're not going to do it. Billy Mays. So yeah, For instance, like this ability, which has high range on it, is like a damage dealing ability with some effects to it, but also is like healing the party for a certain amount of HP there within the second one right here, Diamond AoE. So this is very cool. I like this. I'm curious about how OP this will be or how bad this will be. Because like when we're playing Wotv, we usually get these new things and they end up being either really overpowered when they first come out on JP. Obviously, like Global's a different story because there's time to adjust before that happens on Global. But like at least for us, this has the potential of just being completely blown out of the water, like blow people out of the water kind of thing. It might also just be a, I couldn't think of a good one for like just like bad and water, soggy. Yeah, I mean, there's very little in between with these kind of things. Usually they're either really good or really bad, and I'm curious to see which side this falls onto. But I'm hoping that it's going to be really strong because I'm just really interested in Ferris. Last ability, giving Spirit up as well as a ability that if an attack hits, you get a kind of debuff style effect, or like a sort of kind of like a dispel sort of thing with buffs on enemies. So all of this is making Ferris look like she's really strong. And there's one other thing that's true. So far, ever since the introduction of like 100 cost collaboration characters, and I mean brand new ones. So you look at Sephiroth, you look at King Bradley, they've been pretty top tier, and that's leading me to believe that Ferris will definitely be top tier. So stay tuned for more details about that as they come forward. But we do know that, for instance, her master ability, attack 10%, area attack resistance of 10. So Ferris will be pretty offensive, but also have some good defense behind her because she's already stacking resistances. And here we can just, he also has strike resistance, slash resistance, and that's going to be just pushing this character and maybe the water element, maybe some multiple elements a little bit further. And now some new details. The VC this week is the Syldra VC. Of course, you get Syldra with this VC. Syldra is a wind-based Esper. I'm going to assume that Syldra here is going to be more of a Lena type summon. So like Wind Mage definitely could use this. So okay, all right, a new one. We'll see how it ends up being. Is an offensive summon that is dealing damage as well as lowering, I think, area attack resistance. Have to see how good this Esper is. And if we take a look here, bestowed effect is accuracy up and AoE attack resistance, and critical chance with Spirit, and maxing out the VC will give slash attack resistance penetration, which I think a bunch of characters are pretty happy to see. As for the VC itself, it is a job VC. It supports Ferris, who is the red mage sword class. Also supports staff, katana, and ninja blade. So a wide variety of different characters here. Farm could potentially use this. This would also be really nice for Farm since it gives her more slash attack resistance penetration, as well as critical, which are both things that are valuable for her. It works with Astrius, it works with Sephiroth. There's a bunch of different things that we could potentially do with this, and only time will tell to see how far this potentially pushes the element or different combinations of characters. But I'm liking everything that's coming in this update. Yeah, like it's just particularly looking really, really strong on multiple fronts. And the last things. So Ferris will be getting her own weapon, which will probably be fairly tuned for her based on Bart's and Lena's being very fine-tuned for them, and probably being pretty optimal. We'll have to see. Maybe the Blood Sword could be a little bit better, but we'll see. Golden Week will have a little bit of disruption. Just going to reload to make sure that there's nothing new. And starting very soon, on the 8th of May, is the Gilgamesh fight event. So here we have our box event, taking a look at some of the details. So of course the collaboration characters are high, and I don't know if this will be the same for global in the future, but the FFB characters, including Hio, off to work we go. My brain is just dead today. Will be a big character for JP. I have no idea if it will be a huge character for global when it comes out, since he came out much earlier. As for Syldra's VC, that will also be a large one. The extra large one, it looks like thoughts of Dragon. I think the other FF5 is big. Curious as to why, but there you go. And just taking a peek here, the piece of equipment that you're getting this time around is the Necklace of Caring. So yeah, there you go. That's basically the update from JP. So 1 week for JP players to get prepped and ready for the Trial of Judgment event as to which FF5 character you want to build and master, kind of thing. Ferris and the new VC looking pretty premium. And it's just gonna, like, only time will tell whether or not this ends up being totally busted or not. But I'm hoping that Water will get another boost and push here, and whether it's like Ferris ends up working really well with mages or physical characters. There's lots of great characters in. Again, just high hopes for this. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you Sunday for polls. Bye bye.